to the home slice. Well, this week I've just got my Ontario Spec Plus Alpha Kukri listed for sale on Trade Me, which is kind of like the eBay of New Zealand, for those of you who don't know. But she's pretty dull, and I've listed it as professionally sharpened on the listing. So I gotta go sharpen this, but I figured what better time to give a quick word about efficient, quick, dual grit, fixed blade sharpening. Now I've had lots of guys ask me questions about work sharps and about using belt grinders and things like that. I don't have an agenda against doing things with machines like that. I do think you have to be careful of edge overheat, and I do think that not lubricating the surface of the sandpaper somehow or spraying water on your blade can be detrimental to your heat treatment out at the apex. The research that I've looked at does seem to indicate that. That said, if you're careful about those things, I don't have anything against a motorized sharpening system. I just kind of like the tactile feel of doing hand sharpening. But I figured I would show you guys what my absolute favorite way is to sharpen a decently large fixed blade. And my neighbor's out working in the yard and it's really loud, so I'll probably put some music over the top of it and just show you how I do it. But to give you a quick explainer before we jump into it, basically I just put this in a vise. I'm actually not going to sharpen, the bottom here hasn't got dull, because in a kukri it's like your impact zone is pretty much here. That's the only place you have really efficient cutting strokes. So a lot of the wear is here, a little bit here. So I'm not going to fuss about getting this part resharpened because I sharpened it really well last time and it feels really good right now. But I'm going to put it in the vise, and I'm going to take a coarse file to it and raise a burr on one side, raise a burr on the other side. Then I'm going to take a medium file, or a bastard file, sometimes they call them. That's a technical name. That's probably the only time you'll hear me say that word on this channel though. Anyway, and then I'll take a medium file or a bastard file and raise a burr on both sides, and then I'm going to take a 300 grit Arkansas stone that my grandpa left to me when he passed away. The Lord rest his soul, he was an epic man. Take grandpa's old Craftsman Arkansas stone and try to knock that burr down a little bit on both sides, and then I'm going to take a cheap stone that I got on Amazon that's got ruby on one side and it's got agate on the other. Is roughly 1,000 and 10,000 grit, they say, but it's like an $8 to $10 stone, so I'm not sure how precise those things are. But anyway, this is just to show you, I haven't got used to my new stones that I've bought yet, and I'll do reviews on all those, but I don't want to talk about them a lot before I'm actually good at using them. But this is just to show you for the last few years what I've been doing, and I'll actually set a timer up because I'd like to see how fast you can get about 7 or 8 inches of edge fully sharpened using this method. And hopefully it will help you guys get really efficient and kind of enjoy, not be daunted as much by sharpening your larger fixed blades. That's enough chat. Let's get to it. There you go. I mean, if you're shaky on any of the basics of learning to sharpen, make sure to check out my intro to sharpening video. I'll try to put it right up here, link to it. But that's about 9 minutes on a very large blade that has endured about 4 hours of hard use to restore it to where it's slicing paper like this. Okay, so that's 9 minutes. I actually tried to cut paper with it and I realized that right here in the middle of the impact zone there's a spot that I should have worked for a little bit longer or given a little bit of a micro bevel. So we'll do that right now. We just put another 30 seconds into it. Shouldn't take too much. And we'll try to repair those little micro chips. And maybe give ourselves a little bit of a micro bevel right there, because on a kukri, you really wail on this particular section of the edge. Let's see if I can get that burr off pretty quickly. And hopefully, we'll be sliding through paper without any hiccups after that. That feels really good. You go really gentle with your coarse stone. Go really gentle with your coarse stone when you're balancing your edge on dual grit sharpening. I've said that in my other videos, but I'll say it again. Okay, let's see how that's doing on a piece of paper. Uh-huh.
There was a table at the warehouse today.
Please do take my word for it that in under 10 minutes, if you work your files right, you can get a really razor sharp dual grit edge. Anyway, that's all for today. Peace out from the Home Slice.